Hey there, horror movie tea sippers.
The following podcast episode will contain spoilers for the movie we are about to review. If you have not seen the movie and do not wish to have anything ruined prematurely, please do not continue to watch or listen until you have seen the movie.
And welcome to the Horror Movie Tea Podcast. Today, we are covering The Crow, the OG one that came out in 1994. But before we go into the review, let's grab our cups and talk about tea. So, I am drinking the Twinings Honeybush Mandarin and Orange Tea, which you'd never guess has honeybush, orange, and mandarin flavors.
No!
I know!
You don't say!
It's a surprise!
And I am drinking Republic of Tea's Beauty Brain tea. And it has organic orange peel, organic lemon balm, organic white hibiscus, organic ginkgo, organic rose hips, bamboo, organic lion's mane extract, kiwi fruit powder, safflower, and organic blue spirulina extract. Bit of a mouthful, but it's yummy.
Yes. It's one of our favorites.
Yes.
And thank you to the Republic of Tea for allowing us to continue to do what we love. And for our tea sippers out there, brew yourself a cup of tea, sit back, relax, and we hope you enjoy the review. So, the summary of The Crow. This musician and his fiancée get murdered by a, I don't know, would you call them like by a crime boss? Or a crime, or a gang? Crime gang? Group?
Essentially, a crime boss ordered a hit.
Yes.
Because they were trying to submit
They're trying to vacate the building or force
they're trying to protest the evictions of that building.
Yes.
Because the conditions were crap to begin with.
Yes. And the musician, Eric, comes back from the dead a year later to seek revenge. And he gets it.
Yep.
So, I will say, just for some context, I had tried to watch this movie when I was in 9th grade. Because actually Henry,
I was just about to say, was it Henry?
had mentioned it.
Henry got me to watch it too.
And I will say it was before I was super into horror movies and stuff. And at the time, I gave it a try, and I didn't even make it a fourth through the movie. It just wasn't my jam. And so I was just like, this isn't a great movie, and I stopped. Well, rewatching it now, I actually really enjoyed it. I give it a 7.5. It's definitely, I can 100% see why it's a cult classic.
Oh, 100%.
And 100%. It definitely has a few quirks to it. I feel like specifically the flashback scenes are probably the weakest part of the movie.
It's a bit dated. It's a bit dated.
Yes. But I will say that Brandon Lee does an excellent job in not just being a good revenge
anti-hero,
but also they're really good at making him a sympathetic character. He does that balance really well, where he's threatening, he's also really angry, but he also is a human being that's hurting from this tragedy that happened to him and his fiance.
And that he knows has happened to so many others like him.
Yeah. And I also like that they almost made him kind of crazy. which, well, more like eccentric, I
Yeah.
guess is the better word. Which, you know, he's a musician, so
Kind of par for the course a little bit.
But also, I could
Historically
see,
speaking.
I could see him being more eccentric or on the edge of kind of losing his sanity because of just the situation that happened.
Well,
And
he
then him
knows
being
what
brought
happened
back.
to his fiance,
Yeah.
and then he was shoved through a window at, what did they say it was? Like 13 stories?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, being turned into a pancake would probably mess some things up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then having to crawl your way out of a grave.
Yeah. And of course, like I had heard that like very unfortunately there was an accident on the set, and it caused a dummy gun, or a gun that had a dummy bullet to go off, and it very unfortunately killed him. But like he had filmed the majority of his scenes, and actually it was like during one of the flashback scenes that they were filming for. But they were so good at kind of filling in the scenes with special effects, or like kind of redirecting your eyes or whatever, that I had to look up like what scenes he wasn't actually
you could
in.
not really tell. They
Yeah.
did such a good job making it so seamless.
Yeah, which is crazy for
Yes.
like the 90s.
Yes.
Like, what the hell?
They did a fantastic job with that.
But like, yeah, especially seeing his talent, you know, very much like exuding that character so well. It sucks because it's like you see how well he excels in that role, and it makes you want to see like more of it. But yeah.
It's a tragedy that we didn't get to experience what else he could do.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like overall The Crow itself it's definitely its own like mood of film.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I really like the tone. Like it's very good with sticking to the tone. I feel it like it's really great at the pacing. Like there's so many things that the movie does really well. Like I said, really the only thing that stuck out to me was the flashbacks. But to be fair, there's other 90 movies that has very similar feeling flashbacks. So it 100% could just be the fact that it's like the 90s vibe. But I really like but it's like I like how they did the bad guys. Like it's like more satisfying that how they die, and then the fact that they made like the anti-hero character like you're very much like rooting for him, even though you know that it's like what he's doing isn't necessarily good, but it's justice. It's
It's a form of justice. It's an extreme form of justice. He is a vigilante,
yes,
but you root for him anyway.
yes, yeah.
So you don't really feel bad for any of the bad guys.
Oh
either.
no, absolutely
not. Kind of, they had it coming.
Yeah, and honestly, whenever they like catch on what's happening,
Oh, yeah.
and the like, some of them are kind of freaking out. It's almost like, like be scared, because you know
Yes.
that they're absolutely terrible
And
people,
that's- yeah.
and they 100% deserve
Yes.
it. So yeah, just desserts.
I also give it a 7.5
Oh,
for entertainment.
interesting.
I also, upon first watch way back when, didn't appreciate it as much.
It's funny how like time like changes.
Yeah.
That.
Yes. But I think I also fell asleep the first time.
Yeah, I remember whenever I first watched it, it felt like a very slow movie.
At first, yes. But also, if I recall right, Henry wanted to show it at like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. So I was already like, I'm exhausted, but sure, go ahead and turn it on. Yeah. And ended up falling asleep partway through and woke up for the ending. So I missed a good chunk of it the first watch, but watching it through, each time I watch it, I like it just a little bit more. Like, so it definitely grows on you a little bit. And I can easily see how this is a cult classic. Easily.
Yeah.
There are some effects that didn't age well.
Yeah.
Didn't age very well at all. Not just like the flashback kind of stuff, but also like when he shot through the hand and it heals.
Yeah.
Like there's some scenes like that where it's like, ooh, that special effect, that needs an update. Can we digitally remaster this and edit that effect a little bit? Because, oof, that one, there's a 90s effect right there. But otherwise, the acting is great. The characters are varied, and you can tell the difference between all of them. Even with the bad guys.
Yeah.
Even if you don't remember
distinct.
the bad guys' names.
And they have their different talents, too,
Yes.
on what they do, or how they contribute to the group.
Yes, you know what their specialties or proclivities are. They all suck, and you root for every single one of their deaths.
Yes.
I find it interesting that he went with the face paint like he did in that particular style, especially. It was a whole vibe. It was a whole mood, and it's a very hard to pull off look, but I feel like he did it pretty well.
Almost reminded me of those, like, super old, like, gray, black, and white clowns are, like, almost supposed to be, like, the sad clown.
I forget what they're called.
Yeah. But the makeup reminded me a lot of that.
I want to say it was based on that, yes. God damn it, what are they called? I'll think of it later, I'm sure. Probably partway through the rest of this episode, I'll probably just randomly shout it out. But it's fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. I thought the lore on the crow itself was interesting and how that worked. The ending was sad, but expected and satisfying.
Yes.
So, it was overall a very enjoyable movie. Very interesting. It felt more fast-paced and better paced than when I originally saw it.
Yeah.
It was late at night. I'm sorry, Henry.
Well, I mean, I will say, like, in general, for the type
But
of
yes.
movie it is a slightly slower
It is
paced
slightly
movie, but it's
slower
not
than you would
bad.
expect. Yes. But it is a good movie, and it's worth at least one watch.
Yeah. And I will admit that our motivation for doing this is because we want to watch the remake. But I have to say that based off of watching the original, the remake has a lot
It's
to
got
live up to.
Big shoes to fill for
And
sure.
it's like, you know, I love Bill Skarsgård. He is extremely talented. But
It's still big shoes to fill, man.
I don't know.
And I will say that I was the one that insisted we start with the original.
Yeah, we were gonna just go for the remaster, but no, the remake. But I am very glad that we started off with the original because that gives us like a base
Yes.
to start off with. So
And that was the whole point.
so I'm glad.
Yes.
I'm glad.
Even the main bad guy did so well.
Oh yeah,
And his sister, the relationship between the two.
yeah,
Her half-sister.
They did such a
It was
good job
half-sister,
with
but
the
yeah.
bad guys,
Yes.
making them hateable, but still
Yes.
like seem like
still tangible.
Tangible, but like you know that they are not good people.
Yeah, definitely not. And they don't claim to be either.
No. Oh, realism is a tough one.
That is a toughie. That is definitely a toughie.
I'm going to go with a 2.5. Just because it feels right.
It is a hard one.
Yeah, because you have, like, someone is being brought back from the dead for revenge. So it's like, okay, so from the way that him and his fiance were killed, even though I think it's a bit extreme, I could 100% see something like that happening, especially if that crime group wants to send a message to the other residents. I'm like, okay, if you try and protest this is what's going to happen to you. So I could, even though it seems like a little bit over the top, I can 100% see that happening. Because it definitely sends a message.
Petition. That's what the name was for what they were doing. They were getting all the tenants to sign the petition. Mm-hmm. And after the couple were killed, no one would step forward.
Yeah.
Sorry, that the word eluded me along with the clown thing.
The sad clown. Mm-hmm. As far as like the actual bad guy deaths, all of them, I'm trying to think, but all of them seemed fairly plausible, if not extreme. But like, with someone seeking revenge, the death would be extreme. But yeah, that's so like, I do like the slow realization that the cop has. I feel like he maybe believed a little bit too quickly, but at the same time, like, how are you supposed to react to that? If you recognize the person as this person that you know for a fact died, what are you supposed to do?
Well, and then he showed up at his house or apartment. Like,
he's like, well, now I have to.
And he asked, really, like, are you a ghost?
Yeah.
Because I know you're dead.
Yeah.
Like, and then he hands him a bottle of beer.
I really like their interactions. They were some of my favorite.
That was great. This one is a toughie, but I give it a 2. Again, he went out like a 13-story window. He would have been a pancake. So if there was enough of him left, well, and it was also a year later. So that crow has not only regeneration abilities, but reconstructive abilities, because that would have been a closed casket for sure. They didn't really explain the whole transferring of memories too. It was a nice touch, movie-wise.
Yeah.
It just, not sure exactly how that works or anything like that. Didn't explain it very well, but the deaths themselves were believable and made sense and were pretty realistic. Again, the effects weren't always there. And they showed at times that he could still feel pain. But I feel like they didn't quite show enough. Like when he's getting shot multiple times, how painful that would have been and all. He was able to still move and fight pretty easily while he's being shot repeatedly from multiple angles and all.
I did find it interesting how they, how the bad guys tried to switch his immortality to be his weakness, to like make him like mortal again or whatever. I thought that was kind of an interesting touch.
Going after the crow.
Yeah, because it's like, how do you
Well,
kill an immortal like that?
You can't make them completely overpowered. They need to have some weakness, otherwise it's not believable at all. So
Yeah, so I feel like they did a good balance of like, yeah, he's super strong and intimidating and dangerous, but the bad guys were able to figure out a weakness so that way he can, have, the final moment of like overcoming and still being able to get his revenge or whatever.
For sure. I liked the nice little touch that the officer was still kind of looking out for the little girl. And how the main character also not only went after one of the crew, Fun Boy, but the kid's mom was involved with Fun Boy.
Yeah.
And he tried to get her to see that what she was doing was obviously not just wrong, but she was hurting, not just neglecting, but hurting her daughter by doing all these things.
Yeah.
So, and showing her that you need to clean up for your daughter and do better.
Yeah.
Like, you've got a little girl on the street waiting for you to come home. So what kind of message are you sending to her? What kind of example are you setting for her? This is not the way you should be acting.
Yeah, I do like the fact that it's like, especially, and he, talks about it to the cop, but it's like, I like how, the fact that he was brought back and he saw how fleeting life can be, that it made him appreciate it in a different way. And so, I think that's what kind of helped, like, motivate the character to have those types of moments where he's like, I want to leave this earth better than, or I want to, leave it better than it was before. Like, I want to try and, have people have the best chance that they can. But yeah, I thought that was touching.
Yes. They have some iconic scenes and lines in the movie, like, it can't rain all the time. I still think that when it's raining, like, multiple days here. And I'm like, I want the sun to come back. Well, it can't rain all the time. They have very, very sweet moments. He has a very clear set of principles.
Yes.
And rules for himself. Like, he didn't hurt anyone he considered to be innocent.
Yeah.
He went strictly after the people that hurt him and his fiance. And even when he broke into the bad guy's hideout with a whole bunch of other really bad people, he's like, I'm here for him. Give him to me, and I will leave. Like, he clearly let them know, like, I won't touch any of you. I'm not here for any of the others. I'm here for him specifically because he was in the room and contributed.
Yeah.
Like, his boss was there. And he didn't even say, I'm coming for you next. He said, give me this guy, and I will leave.
Yeah, like,
he only attacked the other guys because they shot at him first.
Like, it's interesting because it's like whenever you see the cover of The Crow and whenever you hear people talk about The Crow, it definitely seems like a very, like, dark movie. But for me, it's more like a human movie where, like, he just wants revenge for what happened to him and his fiance, but he is still a person with, like, empathy.
Yes.
And it's like he just wants the the justice that he wasn't able to get.
Yes. And that the justice system didn't seem to be able to enact.
Yeah.
Because they do all these things. And granted, no one would testify because they were afraid that something similar would happen to them. But they're setting all these fires and looting and rioting and murdering and hurting other people and all. They're selling items that they stole from these people to pawn shops, especially this one particular one. And it just, like...
Yeah,
Not every cop could be corrupt. Surely not every single one.
Yeah, but maybe the ones that didn't last long.
Well, I mean, we see that's the case with the main cop guy, but Officer Albrecht. But I don't know. It just seems a little far-fetched that many. Because there would be, with a city that big, I would imagine there'd be multiple precincts to handle all of it. So not every single cop from every single precinct. That doesn't make sense. And also, I feel like they would have... Ooh, careful, Navi. Careful, kitty. Don't mess with the light.
She messes with another light. Come here,
Navi. No, there's not enough room.
You can get up here. You literally were here not that long ago.
Come on,
Navi. Come here.
Come on, you big baby. There you go. And also, I feel like they would have a larger fire department. If nothing else, call everyone in for a couple of nights around what they call Devil's Night. Because that seems like way too many fires and way too many issues.
Yeah.
So... like, if this has been a problem for a few years and it continues to be a problem, then maybe plan around that and plan some countermeasures and things. But, you know, movie's got a movie. There's got to be a plot. Just saying. Seems a little far-fetched. Wonderful movie. Love to see it. But, the scenarios themselves are kind of, you know?
Yeah, like, you know, I can totally understand that this isn't a movie for everyone, but especially if you like the vigilante type movies, I feel like this one kind of ups it by, like, really focusing on, like, almost the pain of the main character.
Yeah.
So I think it's worth a watch.
In case you want to scoot over. You have more options.
Instead of trying to climb your chair. That did not work out well.
It really did not.
And she's like, what do I do now? Oh my goodness. But thank you for joining us today, and let us know what you thought of the movie. If you'd like to recommend a movie, game, or tea, you can leave us a comment or join our Discord server. And if you'd like to keep up to date with our content, you can find our link tree listed below.
And if you'd like to support us monetarily, we have a Teespring and PayPal, or we have our affiliate link with Republic of Tea available. It does not affect the price of the tea. It just allows us to continue to do what we love. And you can find all of those sites mentioned linked below. But until the next time, guys, stay safe and stay spoopy. Bye!